to you about a fantastic project that's been run by researchers in Strathclyde University. It's called Active Pals and is in association with the NHS hospitals Greater Glasgow and Clyde, and it's being funded by York Hill Children's Charity. So the Active Pals project is all about getting young people with type 1 diabetes involved in sport, which is something that I'm so passionate about, and it's a topic that's really close to my heart because for the last 10 years I've been an international level athlete. I've represented my country in athletics, in the 100, the 200 metre sprints and also the relays. But it hasn't been a difficult journey, but it's been a little bit more challenging with type 1 diabetes. However, I've never let the type 1 diabetes get in the way of what I wanted to achieve in sport. When I was diagnosed at the age of 13, I had all of the usual normal symptoms that are associated with type 1. Went to the GP because we didn't know anything about the condition. He referred me to the hospital, and overnight, all of a sudden I had to do injections, my diet had to change. It was a massive shock and it was a massive whirlwind as well. But one of the really good things to come out of that was that my paediatric diabetes nurses went into my high school to speak to my teachers about type 1, and they really kind of showed them that despite having the condition, you don't have to miss out on anything. You can do everything that anybody else does. And because of that, they took me to my first athletics competition at the age of 16, which is when I started to take up the sport after I was diagnosed with diabetes. Initially, I fell in love with athletics. I really enjoyed it. But the other thing that I really enjoyed was that my blood glucose levels got better with regular exercise, that I didn't need as much medication, which is obviously something that you need to talk about your diet with your diabetes team. But I just generally felt an awful lot better for doing sport. So I started off, I was doing schools competitions, and then I found I was getting better at it. And then I started winning, I started running national records, international level competitions, and really showing people that just because you've got type 1 diabetes doesn't mean that you shouldn't be there doing sport. My governing body hasn't ever had a problem with the fact that I've got type 1 diabetes. If I've gone away as an international athlete, they've made sure that I'm safe, that I've got my medication with me, but otherwise they treat me just like anybody else, as do my coaches, because of course you've got a fantastic relationship with your coach. I mean, I train 5-6 times a week in everything from sprinting to weightlifting because there's so many components of being a sprinter. So to have that good relationship with your coach, you have to share with them that you have this condition. But I found that it's much better for it because you can tailor your training and have that conversation with your coach, and at the end of the day they're there to support you. So the more that they know about blood glucose readings or insulin pumps, the better really, because the information and the support is there. So I've had a fantastic career so far, and I would really encourage anybody with type 1 diabetes to do it safely, but to get involved in sport. Whether it's walking, whether it's badminton, doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be athletics, just give it a go. If you're not sure of anything, ask your hospital team, because they've got a fantastic team just waiting to help you out and to help you manage your condition. If there are more questions that you'd like me to answer, feel free to comment on the box below. You're more than welcome to tweet me your questions, otherwise you can check out my blog.